Welcome back to Project 613. Today we are going to learn two mitzvot. We have been talking a lot about the sacrificial offerings. Now the Torah refers to the sacrifices as kodshim, and that comes from the root word of kodesh, which means holy. So the sacrifices are considered holy, and therefore they need to be eaten in a state of holiness. And in this regard, there are two prohibitions, because what does it mean that they need to be eaten in a state of holiness? What this means is that they need to be eaten in a state of ritual purity. And the two prohibitions are, number one, if the meat of the sacrificial offering contracts a ritual impurity, then it would be forbidden for the person who's supposed to eat that meat to actually go ahead and eat it. And the second prohibition is, if the person contracts a type of ritual impurity, then even if the meat is absolutely fine, it would be forbidden for that individual to eat that portion of the sacrificial offering so long as they are in a state of ritual impurity. Now, as we've mentioned previously, and we will learn at a later date in greater detail, that the whole concept of ritual purity and impurity is a totally spiritual concept. It has nothing to do with physical cleanliness or physical dirt, which is why a person can come straight out of the shower, he could be totally clean, and nevertheless could be in a state of ritual impurity. And on the flip side, a person could be filthy and nevertheless be in a state of ritual purity, because contracting tumah, contracting ritual impurity, is nothing to do with physical dirt, and being in a state of tahara, of ritual purity, has nothing to do with being physically clean. Rather, there's a whole mechanism and certain things that cause ritual impurity to be contracted both by a person or by an object or by a food, and we will be learning much more about that at a later date, and similarly of how one can cleanse themselves to return to a state of ritual purity. But those are the two mitzvot that we have today. Number one, that if the food is ritually impure, if the meat from the sacrificial offering is ritually impure, it's not fit to consume. And number two, that if the person is not ritually pure, he is not allowed to consume from that food. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.